Taurus, welcome back. Hello, a love message for you. The first card that's out here is seduction, and it says attraction, teasing, hooking up, and date. Third party, temptation here. Now, this is an exciting kind of energy, but it does feel like excitement energy with some caution here. Maybe you, Taurus, you're looking at somebody like, okay, they're looking a little cute over there. It's got you thinking about things that maybe you don't normally want to be thinking about. Maybe you're in a connection and you're working through something that's a little bit challenging right now. Paradise is another card that's out here, and it says happiness and joy, playfulness, enjoying each other, honeymoon phase. So for some of you, it feels like you're already in a connection, and maybe in your regular connection, your primary connection, you're going through maybe a tough time, and so that's got you wondering about what the grass might be like across the fence next door, right? And others of you, it feels like you're in a connection right now and you're thinking about how to rekindle it, how to make it fiery again, how to bring back the joy and passion. Now, there's an interesting card beneath my deck that I think I need to read to you. It says cut down, and it says cutting out, separation, stop the pattern, silent treatment. So again, for some of you, you're in a connection right now and you're going through a rough patch, probably had a series of arguments, it's been a little bit rough, and it's got you questioning if you want to be with someone else or try something different. So there's a caution energy that I keep feeling and picking up here, and it's all about you being in your better judgment in anything that you decide to do, ensuring that it's not re-perpetuating a pattern or a cycle that you want to close or that you don't want to be in. So let's get a little bit more here. If there's anyone DMing you, private messaging you, pretending to be me for a reading, friend, it is not, go ahead and report and block them, Taurus. I want you to be safe out there. Overall vibe, overall energy for Taurus right now. What are they working through in love? Who are they in love right now? Thank you, God, angel, spirit guides, and then we'll get some advice out here as well. Let's see. Okay, all right. So we have the Nine of Cups upside down. We also have what feels like a divine partnership, the King of Pentacles in reverse too. So it kind of feels like there's a connection. You have all the pentacles here, the legacy, the commitment, security, and all of that upright. So it just kind of feels like right now, you know that this is what you want. But with the King of Pentacles being in reverse and the Nine of Cups being in reverse, it just kind of feels like there's something happening right now, again, where the connection is not feeling exactly stable. Like, you know, maybe someone is not showing up as the partner that they've always said that they would be. Or maybe you, Taurus, are working through something because this is an earth sign energy. It kind of feels like maybe you are not exactly, you've become a little bit unclear about the direction that you want to go in this connection. You're not exactly sure if you want to be committed to a connection where you have to provide time, security, resources, and invest in this connection. Like something, it feels like it's shifting within you. Now, you know that you want success, but it kind of feels like a question mark right now about if you feel that you have all of the fulfillment that you want, if you feel completely satisfied within yourself. So this feels like, yes, at some point, Taurus, you're like, I know that I would love to have all of the things that I read about and I see movies written about and all of those things. But just right now, do I feel like I'm actually in a place where I can be the kind of partner that someone is wanting me to be, to provide and to, you know, be there and all that stuff, to be committed and all of that cool stuff? Am I able to be that if I haven't completely lived out all of my dreams? If I haven't done everything to really get to know myself and have my own self fulfilled? Taurus, that's what this feels like right now. All right, so I'm going to get some advice out here for you as well. Thank you, God, angel, spirit guides. Another vibe that's coming through too is that for some of you, you're in a connection, and now that you're in a connection, it just feels like the way that you all are in this relationship, it's not exactly feeling the way that you would have imagined going into this relationship. Like the day in, day out routine that you all have, the way you connect, it feels like something is off. But maybe to the world, you know, to your friends and everyone, they're like, you all are like couple goals, you have it all together, you know, all of those things. But inside of the relationship, it does not feel as beautiful and like paradise as it seems to the world. And maybe for some of you, and I could be speaking to the same folks here, that in this connection, you all are really good about being in business together. You earn great money together. You know, you're good about sharing money together, but still there's something about it that feels off. And that's it's not something that you can avoid any longer. This feeling of things just not exactly being what you thought it would be or what you really deeply want. Like, it kind of feels like some of you had maybe in a connection and you're wondering if you took enough time to be alone and to be single and to explore who you are before getting in this connection. Another thing that's coming through, thank you God, angel, spirit guides, is that for some of you, the hard part about this connection is that you have a little bit of regret about having these feelings, because to the world it's supposed to be the most perfect thing ever, but you can't help, Taurus, that you're feeling, you know, these feelings of like doubt or wondering about the world outside of the connection. You don't want to ruin it, because maybe for some of you, you do feel like this could be a good connection, but it's not exactly feeling the way that you imagined a relationship would feel. It's like it's missing something. That's what I feel. Advice for Taurus, please. Thank you, God, angel, spirit guides. What is the advice for Taurus for their sense of fulfillment, for Taurus's sense of true abundance and joy and happiness, God, angel, spirit guides? What is it that you want Taurus to know? Thank you, God, angel, spirit guides. What is it that you want Taurus to know? Let's see. Okay, look, you have this out here again. This is very powerful. Taurus, whatever you're doing, I just feel like, Taurus, I don't feel like you need me to say this, but I'm going to say it anyways. I think you know this about yourself. You have a lot of prosperity and abundance around you. Like, whatever you touch and create, you are incredibly successful with that. You are an earth sign person. So in some ways, this kind of feels like you, because you're so good about taking something and making it into everything that you want it to be. Spirit wants you to know that if you're having to make a hard decision that really gets you to a place where you really have the joy that you've always wanted, the person that you've always wanted, because this is a love reading, it feels like if you have to make a hard decision, you're going to end up being in the position that you really want to be in. These are all incredibly favorable love cards in a love reading, okay? Because you have 2 tens here. These are the most favorable cards in a connection, okay? Or when we do a love reading, you have the 10 of cups, which means that you feel the true fulfillment of love. Like, you really feel it in your heart. You're completely in a connection that feels right for you. You know that this is your person. And then because you have that love and it's truly being expressed, naturally the financial means come. You naturally begin to pull out the best in each other. And it kind of feels like that is here to have in your advice position. Now, the advice, though, is to know this, that you are worthy of this and that you get to have this. It's here for you to have. That's something that someone needs to know. It is here for you to have. The thing that you have in your mind and your heart about the life that you want, you can have it. That's one message. Now, for some of you, there's someone who is from your past, okay? And I rarely go there, because I'm one of those people where I believe it's a reason sometimes why things close down. I think people help shape and unfold our spirits, and then we grow and we move on, and they grow and they move on. But there's a possibility that someone, this is Scorpio energy, sometimes Scorpio and Taurus is, a little bit connected, so I don't know if this is, if there's some connection with somebody who's a Scorpio, honey. But there is probably someone from your past that's been showing up, or you've been thinking about. Another thing is that there has been someone that you've been connected to, and maybe not romantically, that has re-entered your life, or you saw them on social media, or something is coming up in your life again right now, and it's reminding you of what you truly always wanted. What you always wanted, even way back then when you were younger, in your younger self. There's some type of memory happening that's being initiated in your mind and your heart. I think sometimes Spirit will bring us dreams, memories, trigger certain things from the past, because Spirit is trying to wake us up before a tower hits, okay? So I don't think Spirit wants to give us a tower, but sometimes it gets real enough until the tower has to happen. You're not there, but it kind of feels like things are probably happening to remind you of what you've always wanted. The feeling of being in love for the first time. When you were a child, did you have like a concept of love? And maybe throughout life, because life be life, and you kind of started, accepting things that you thought were probably good enough, because maybe you convinced yourself that you really couldn't have both tens here that you want. Spirit is saying you absolutely can have it. For some of you, it could be someone who's coming back into your life that you truly adore. Now, if you're already in a connection and this person is coming into your life, you're gonna have to sit with that and pray with that, right? But in this life, it's all about you being the best version of you. It's not about settling because it's the right thing to do. Sometimes we will settle with things because it's the right thing to do, but we gradually begin to decay our hearts because we're not in the right place, and then create pain for other people too because we're not really happy with the person that we're with. And so if that's something that you're working through, it's time for you to get centered, get still, and really think about you. In order for us to be beautiful people for other people, to be great parents, to be great friends, in order for us to be great employers and employees, whatever it is that we're doing, to be great in whatever it is that we're giving out to the world, we have to be whole. We don't want 9 of Cups being upside down, especially if we're going toward the 10 of Cups, which is here for you. We want the 9 of Cups to be upright. That means that we are clear about who we are and we're living our lives for ourselves. That makes us more abundant to do anything for anybody else. We can't do a whole lot for anyone if we're not even investing in ourselves and our cups are inward or upside down. So Taurus, this kind of feels like a call to action, to be honest with yourself about what you want because you can have it. Taurus, I have a personal TikTok. If you're interested, I'm going to link it here, or I think just have it show somewhere on the video. Check it out. It's self-love stuff, self-care stuff, humor, beauty. It's really silly and super silly, okay? So if you're not into that and you don't want to see that side of Sean, I understand. But if you're interested and you want to connect there, we certainly can. It's a small but mighty community. We'd love to have you over there having fun, enjoying yourself with us. But there are some serious messages that come out in that TikTok too, things that I can't necessarily say on this channel because it's really not about that, but it's red flag tips, dating tips, self-esteem stuff, overcoming any kind of like emotional narcissistic stuff. Like that channel has all of those kind of daily messages that'll come out. So check it out if you're interested, Taurus. In the meantime, I love you and I wish you well. And I believe that everything that you want, you can absolutely have it. I've seen it happen to so many people in real life. So maybe that will affirm you. Take care. Bye.